Hello students, let us start with the next chapter, Language of Chemistry. Many topics from this chapter you have already done in your previous classes like 6, 7, 8. We have done in our structure of atom and chemical bonding about matter, composition of matter. Now all of us we know that all the matter they are made up of atoms. The simplest matter is element that is made up of same kind of atoms. When elements combine, we are going to get compounds. How do they combine? By chemical bonding, whether it is ionic bonding or it is covalent bonding. Now let us do how can we represent element and compounds. First of all, element. Element is represented by symbol. What is symbol? It's a short form of full name of an element. For example, symbol of carbon is C. Symbol of lithium is Li. Symbol of cobalt is Co. Symbol of chlorine is Cl. So symbol is a short form of full name of an element. Now what is the significance of symbol or what information this symbol conveys? Two types of information symbol conveys. One is qualitatively and the other is quantitatively. Qualitatively, it tells us the quality of an element. Which quality it tells? It tells the names of that element. Name of that element. So if it is C, the element is carbon. If it is O, the element is oxygen. Quantitatively. So quantitative means quantity. First of all, this symbol tells us that the symbol is of only one atom of an element. So symbol represent only one atom of an element. Second, its atomic weight. One atom of an element, what is the weight of that element? That is represented by symbol. Now if it is boron, the atomic weight is 11. So this is represented by symbol. Now how do we write symbol? There are many methods to write symbol. The first one is by the first capital letter of the element. Carbon C, nitrogen N, oxygen O, boron B, fluorine F and sulfur S. Second, by the first capital letter followed by the next small letter. Next small letter. So we have cobalt Co. We have calcium Ca. We have nickel Ni. We have beryllium Be, lithium Li and helium He. Now sometimes the symbol is written by the sound of that element. For example, zinc Zn, magnesium Mg, Mg, chlorine Cl, manganese Mn, Mn. Some symbol can be written from the Latin names of the elements. For example, we have potassium. The Latin name is Kalium. And the rule to write the symbol is the first three steps. This is potassium, Kalium. So first capital letter K. If it is sodium, natrium. First capital letter followed by the next small letter. Copper, cuprum, Cu, iron. Ferrum, Fe. Silver. So this is from the sound of the element. Agantum, Ag. Next topic is valency. Now what is valency? We have already done in structure of atom. What is valency? The combining capacity of atoms of an element, we call it valency. Now valency we can find by two ways. The first method, if one element combined with any of these three elements, hydrogen, chlorine, oxygen. As we already know, the valency of hydrogen is -1, chlorine is -1, oxygen is -1, and the compound is made by exchanging the valencies of each other. So this is sodium hydride, as hydrogen's valency is 1 and sodium has nothing over here. So that means hydrogen is nothing over here. That means sodium's valency is 1. So here chlorine, magnesium chloride, MgCl2. As we know, chlorine's valency is 1, so it gets 1, but chlorine gets 2, so that is why magnesium valency is positive 2. Same way, oxygen is -2, so magnesium is positive 2 again. Calcium hydride, hydrogen is -1, so calcium, as hydrogen is having 2 at the bottom, so calcium is positive 2 after exchanging the valency. Aluminium chloride, aluminium chlorine is 1, so aluminium positive 3. Methane, hydrogen is 1, naturally carbon is 4. CCl4, chlorine is -1, naturally carbon is 4. The second definition of valency, it is the number of electrons lost, gained or shared by the atoms of different element. Atoms of different elements. We can find valencies of metals and non-metals by this method. Metals, all the metals, as they lose electron, so valency is always positive. For example, this is sodium, 1, it loses 1, valency is positive 1. Boron, it loses 3, valency is positive 3. Nitrogen, so how to find the calcium? It loses 2, valency is positive 2. How to find the valency of non-metals? Now, non-metals are gained electron, so the valency is number of electrons gained. Fluorine, it gains 1, so valency is -1. Oxygen gains 2, valency is -2. Nitrogen gains 3, so valency is -3. According to the valency of the elements, we divide the elements into 4 types. All the elements which have valency 1, we call them monovalent element. So sodium is monovalent, potassium is monovalent, agantum, silver is monovalent, lithium is monovalent, fluorine is monovalent, and chlorine is also monovalent. Divalent, that has valency 2. Beryllium, magnesium, calcium, zinc, nickel, iron, manganese, lead, oxygen, sulfur. Trivalent, that have valency 3. Aluminium, chromium, iron, nitrogen. Tetravalency, that have valency 4. So we have lead, platinum, manganese, carbon, silicon. All they have positive, all they have 4 valency. Now some elements have more than 1 valency. Iron has positive 2, as well as iron has positive 3. Same way, lead has positive 2 as well as positive 4. Manganese also has positive 2 as well as positive 3. The elements which have more than 1 valency, they are said to have variable valency. How we name the compounds of these elements? The element that has lower valency, it always the compound ends in OUS, OS. So iron with positive 2, ferrous, and with higher valency, it ends in IC, ic. So ferric, cuprous, cupric, manganous, manganic, plumbous, the next term is radical. Now what is a radical? Now radical is an atom or group of atoms having charge. Is an atom. Ferrous is a radical. Cupric is a radical. Plumbous is a radical. Plumbic is also a radical. Radicals are of two types. One is simple and the other is compound. Simple consists of one atom. So ferrous is simple, ferric is simple, cuprous is simple, cupric is simple. And what is a compound? Group of atoms that are having charge. So you have ammonium, NH4 positive one, you have carbonate, you have sulfate, oxide. All these are compound radicals. The radicals can be basic radical as well as acidic radical. Now what are basic radicals? Metals normally lose ion, so they get positive charge. We call them basic radical. That means electropositive radicals which have positive valency, we call them basic radicals. Copper, sodium, calcium, they all are basic radicals. What are acidic radical? Non-metals form acidic radical. They gain electron, so they form acidic radical. So we have phosphide, we have chloride, we have fluoride, we have carbonate, we have, so all these which have minus valency, they form acidic radical. Now both acidic radical and basic radical together they form chemical formula of a compound that we will discuss in the next chapter, next topic. Thank you.